Good day, guys. I hope that everyone is well. This is Zamoguhle ZL. I think it's Zamoguhle, so let me just accept him. I hope that you guys are well and welcome to another lesson of Accounting 1A, proudly brought to you by the best Dripanomics tutorials. Allow me to share my screen here, guys, and voila. Once you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. Ne? Give me a thumbs up. Tell people to join now, guys. Tell people to join now because we are about to cook. There's already 50 people in the chat. Tell people to join now. Otherwise, when the train moves, it moves. Ne? Good shot, Bafito. Good shot. Good shot. Can you guys see my screen? Beautiful. Everyone? Good shot, ne? So, there's a hand. I'm sure the hand is to say that they can see my screen, so it's fine. There's someone in the comment section. Let's see what the comments are saying before we start cooking. Guys, please ask questions if you feel lost. If you are shy, raise your hand, type in the chat box. I'll make sure to get to your answer. Ne? But here we go again. As you can see, our slides are made by Dripanomics Tutorials, and it's presented by yours truly, Remofile Sokhobela, the chef. Here we're cooking. So we're cooking what? We are cooking lecture 2, right? Because we've already done lecture 1, which was conceptual framework. So those that watched yesterday's lesson or those that attended and watched the YouTube stuff, you guys would know that we've covered conceptual framework and we are done with it. The last thing we did is that we defined our elements, right? And then we also applied them to the given scenario of Dripanomics and Cash Concant Bank. Do you guys remember? If you remember this, give me a thumbs up quickly before I continue. So fine, everyone knows this. Each thing is, because I'm so passionate and I care so much about you guys, let me just give you a quick summary of conceptual framework and what we did fast. These are for those that want to cram. I get some people are here to learn and others are here to cram. So we need to accommodate everyone. Ne? We need to accommodate everyone. So those that want to cram, this is what is important from the previous lessons. You need to know your elements, right? Your elements, we're talking about 5. We have 5 elements, Bazalwan. We have an asset, a liability, right? An asset, a liability, income, expense, and equity. Those are what we call what? Elements, right? Is everyone okay with that? Give me a thumbs up. Good. So I'm going to ask 5 different people here to give me the definition of each in passing. So is there anyone here who would like to give a definition of what we call an asset? Anyone? An asset. Definition.
An asset is a present economic resource that is controlled by an entity as a result of past events. An economic resource is defined as a right that has potential to produce economic benefits.
So, what is an asset? Samkelo was too fast for those that are doing accounting for the first time. An asset, guys, is what you can call a perk. Ne? What is a perk? A perk is PERC, present economic resource controlled by the entity as a result of a past event. Can you guys hear what I'm saying, Bazalwan? Are you guys feeling me? So an asset is a perk, ne? Not the drugs. This is just an acronym, guys. I don't want you guys to listen to Boo Future and here be like, I'm on my morals and perks. No. We are saying it's a present economic resource controlled by the entity as a result of a past event. Sharp fade, it's a past event, we know. What is an economic resource? An economic resource is something that has the right to produce a potential return for the entity. I gave an example not so long ago. Guys, just because you buy an ice cream machine doesn't mean that customers must buy that ice cream from you. Are you guys listening? Are you guys listening? Hence why it's a potential, right? It must just, for it to meet the criteria of an asset, it must meet the potential part. For example, I know now it's February, it's the 6th now. It's Valentine's Day is coming. Just because someone is entertaining you, it doesn't make them your wife or husband. Are we following, Mafetu? Please, you need to hear me so that you can save your heart from what's to come in the future. Ne? Don't be like, no, she looked at me. No, that one is mine. One day. We don't do that. It's a potential. Alright? So everyone's fine with the definition of an asset, right? We can continue. Mafetu, I'm cooking. Am I cooking or am I bending, guys? Which one is which now? You're not talking to me, guys. Engage, Mafetu. Engage. Kuluma nami, Bafethu. I am cooking. Thumbs ups. I'm seeing there. 57 people joined. Our Bafethu. Let's make this 100, man. Come on now. So, A liability. Ne? A liability. What is a liability? Okay, no, someone actually must answer this. Besides Samkelo, because Samkelo already answered. What is a liability, Bazalwan? Mohale, Ayanda, Sisanda, someone, anyone. But you guys said you watched the videos on YouTube. Comment there off.
Sir.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm good. Oh, Kiabetu. I thought it's Samkelo. My phone, it's a girl speaking. I was worried there for a second. Yes, talk to me.
Sir, I didn't watch the videos, but I'll just tell you the definition that I know.
You know from where? From last year, extended or high school?
From throughout high school.
Oh, throughout high school. Another thing, ne? Okay, but let me let you answer first before I say what I wanna say. But yes, answer based on your high school experience.
Okay, so a liability, it is a debt that is owed.
Hey, guys, cancel that thing out now immediately. Ne? Whatever you learned in high school, ivale bafethu. Ivale. That does not work here, bafethu. And I'm saying this as a loving tutor. What you learned in high school, your teacher's no longer here. If you got 90 in high school, leave it in high school. Here we are dealing with the big boys. You want to bamba? You want to bamba. Leave high school alone if you want to bamba. Ne? And as a liability, guys, is a present obligation. Write this down. It's a present obligation to transfer an economic resource as a result of a past event. Must I repeat?
Sir, please type it in the chat.
Chat box. Okay. So there's some Umpo's already smart. Hey, Umpo's very smart. Oh wow, Umpo. Round of applause for you. You already typed it. So a liability is a present obligation to transfer economic resources as a result of a past event. What is an obligation? An obligation is a responsibility. Can you guys see how I'm looking at my screen now, but it's not showing my slides? I know this from the top of my head because I've been doing this since 2022. That's how I learned the game of it. So you need to master these things. You need to know it off by heart. Ne? It's gonna be 10 marks, 15 marks, first semester test. So what is a obligation? An obligation is a duty, ne, or a responsibility which technically cannot be avoided by the company, ne, or by an entity. What do I mean by this? Ne? What do I mean by this? You sign a contract with Standard Bank, for example, that you want to be loaned 12 million rands. Ne? That is a liability because you need to have a present obligation to transfer economic resources. What are you going to transfer? You're going to transfer the money that which they borrowed you plus interest, right? And what is the past event? The past event would be you signing the contract, and of course the liability is going to decrease your equity. Money is coming out. Money is coming in the entity, but like you need to pay it back at the end of the day. So it's a liability for the person receiving the loan. Are you guys getting it? And why is it an obligation? It's an obligation because technically you can't avoid it. Hey, Baba, if you don't pay Standard Bank their money, they will repossess your home. You will be homeless with no fear of contradiction. Ne? Homeless. You know SARS doesn't play. When they want their money, they want it. Just like with banks. You're like, we know you're playing. Let's take your house as collateral damage. It's scary fast. When you just amazed one morning, they come, they go. Please pick up your bags. How? Homeless, same time. So that is why it's an obligation. You can't avoid it, Manyora. Even if you wanted to. You can't run away. You can't say eish bayang phone. It's English phone. When English was a word. Are you guys hearing me? So is everyone okay with the obligation part? Fine. Right? There's a reason why when you give your friend, ne? There's a reason why when you give your friend money and your friend doesn't pay you, it's not a liability. Is your friend obliged to pay you, Manyora? Yeah? Is your friend obliged to pay you guys back? Do you guys have friends?
Not really.
Let's start there. Do you guys have friends? Yes?
Mm.
No, you don't have friends. It's tough crowd in this one, eh? No friends. Kanti niphila kanjani nini? How? Do you guys have friends? What do you mean? Wake look. Aibu. Oh, did you hear how I read that? Ngekosa accent. I'm fluent, guys. I even speak Afrikaans. Tot since. But fairly, you are not obliged, Manyora, right? You're not obliged. Hence why it doesn't meet the criteria of a liability, right? And then we have the definition of an income, expense, and equity. For that, guys, for the purpose of this lesson and to save time, I want to start cooking the real activities now. Ne? This lesson is solely based on what we call accounting equation and also definitions and application. What I'm teaching you now will be tested in semester test 1. Easy 30-40 marks. So listen when I speak. Ne? We are engaging here. Sisonke. So I need contributions from everyone. Right? Whether you are pink, orange, yellow, black, Indian, white, he, them, she, other, sisonke lana. We are part of one community of accounting, right? So I need you guys to be with me. So what am I gonna do today? Today I want to do practical examples of how to define, right, our elements, which are 5, and apply them to the scenario. But I need you guys to actively engage with me. So I won't type out answers and whatnot, unless if of course there's some girl here who wants to type them out. But I want you guys to write them down physically. Because when you write it down, you are going to remember in the test. Am I making myself clear? Good. There is a hand by Mohale, and then I'll come to you, Kiabetwe. Hi Mohale, how can I assist you? Mohale, was that a mistake? Did you want to give a thumbs up but you raised your hand? I've been there before, my brother or sister. I've been there. Kia, do you have a question?
So I just wanted to ask if you're going to be just like saying the definitions. We are not gonna see like a slide or something like that.
No. The slide, I'll show you the transactions of the slide, but I'm not gonna type the definitions. If there's someone who's feeling confident here to type exactly what it is that I'm saying, please do so in the comment section. But I want you guys to write as I speak, because I know some people are just there YouTube. As much as this is Netflix and it's entertaining, I actually need you guys to use your brain and write. This is cool, guys. We are learning. It must be fun, but it must still be learning. It must still be conducive. So I'm gonna share a list of the transactions I thought of, and then we're gonna define the element and then apply it to the scenario. Ne?
Okay, sir.
Good shot. But I think I actually might have to actually share my screen, because I also want to show you guys. You know what? I'll do one example where I type the answer for you guys so that I can give you what we call is exam technique. Ne? This is also another thing. In university, you can cook an answer. If your exam technique is wrong, aw banja, segulate. Ne? So please, you might think you know what you are doing, but if you're presenting it in a manner that is not right and just, you are as good as someone that doesn't know anything, right? Am I making myself clear? When I speak, I need to hear
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, good shot. So as you can see here, I'm opening a document. What I'm doing here, you guys are gonna do in your test that's coming next week. I'm gonna get next week. You guys are writing in the first week of March, if I'm not mistaken. Ne? So whatever I'm writing here, it's clutch, it's important. Ne? So please, I'm not wasting time here. Let me just add a page border fast. I'm sure you guys don't know what I'm doing. It's fine, leave it. Ne? Just focus on this table part. Yes. This is where now it starts to cook. So whenever you are asked a conceptual framework question where you need to talk about an element, you're gonna say this. Ne? You're gonna say name and definition of element. Ne? And then you're gonna say application. Can you guys see my screen? Can someone just unmute themselves and say yes? Because I can't see what's happening that side.
Yes, sir.
Good shot. Ne? Good shot. So let us just do this fast. So you're gonna have it like this. Of course it must be neat, but it doesn't have to be neat. As long as you're cooking a right answer, we'll surpass. We'll just let you slide. Ne? As long as you just do what's important here. Let me use the correct fonts and stuff. Which font must I use? None of it really matters, but I think book style, Arial. I think, yeah, Arial. Sorry guys, I'm a perfectionist and that, so it's not too crazy. So fine, this is what you do, right? Before you answer a question, ne? You talk about what? The name and definition of element, and then you're gonna define it. So must we go to the examples that I've prepared for you guys? This preferably needs people that already know conceptual framework and have already known the definition of the elements, because we are continuing based off previous lessons. Ne? So if you know that you've watched the videos, please engage with me. If you know that you know the definitions and not the high school version, please engage with me. Ne? So what do we have here? Okay, actually, before I actually go to example, right? In accounting, high school, ne? We have what we call initial measurement. Ne? Initial measurement. Who here thinks they know what initial measurement is? Okay, let me just go back to the screen, but I can't see if someone's raising their hand, so just unmute yourself and speak. Who here thinks they know what initial measurement is? It's literally right there, but who here thinks they know it? Initial measurement. What do you think is meant by that, Bazalwan? My people, initial measurement. Okay, let's take it back to English. What does initial mean? English, initial.
First.
First. Khotso, first in, first out. Khotso. Wabafana. Wabafana. We are not doing inventory. Khotso. Wabafana. Sisonke lana. Stay with me. FIFO is not what we're dealing with. FIFO is what we do in what do you call it? Inventory. Ne? It doesn't apply here. Khotso, ne? First in, first out, it doesn't apply here. That comes in second semester, 1B. When that's like you're ahead of the game. I see where you're going. So I know that you already passed 1A with a distinction. Mara, let's wait for those that are, still coming up. Ne? Right. Sir, could it be cost price? Yes. So initial measurement is what we recognize a particular element or asset or liability or amount at initial value, first time. So when you buy an asset, guys, your initial measurement will be at cost. Ne? The actual cost of that specific asset plus any other cost which were attributable to that specific asset being in your property. What do I mean by that? Ne? You buy a vehicle worth 1 million rand, ne? But you ask the delivery guys to bring that vehicle to you, ne? And that costs 100,000 rand. So how much does your vehicle cost? Your vehicle costs the 1 million actual cost plus the 100,000 delivery cost for you to actually have the asset in your presence. Are you guys listening to me, guys? There's Ayanda there. I hope it's paper I'm looking at, not nothing else. Eh? I see brown things. I hope it's not there. Please, it must be paper or books there. Ne? Everyone's following. So that's initial recognition, ne? Or initial measurement, right? But you guys, you'll see more when you do financial statements, but I just want to give you an intro. And then we have what we call fair value model, which is market based, but it's very limited in accounting 1A as you're going to do it in 1B. Who here thinks they know what fair value is? When we say that we're measuring this using the fair value model, not the cost model, what do you think fair value is? Think about it. I was gonna say it in Venda, but then I realized Eshinda what I mean. Tonga? How do you say think about it in Tonga? My Tonga people, stand up, it's your time. If you're still scared of being Tonga, you're gonna have a long year, my brother. Speak out if you know you Tonga. This is home. Market value. Yes, what's market value, Nancy Sitole? What's market value, Manyora? What is that?
So selling price?
No, not quite. Not quite. If something is market value or fair value model, what are we talking about? Someone else?
I think it's what the market or the buyers perceive it should be valued at.
Okay, low-key, you are cooking. So let's give a practical example, ne? Manyora, we know that we know that land, ne, and building appreciate in value, right? Land and building appreciate in value, meaning that over time the value increases. Who's taking a video of me when I'm tutoring? These niggas are crazy. I need to get credits, but it's fine. Right? You guys know that, right? Right? So if you buy a house today in Santin, you know, where I live, like, you can easily get a house, maybe 20 meter, if you like the Motsepe level, you can't. Because I'm friends with Motsepe, like, he's my boy, right? 20 million, you buy today, cash concant, what do we call that? We call that cost price, right? Right? However, in 5 years, if the land is in Santin, it's most probably gonna appreciate in value, because value you're chilling with Motsepe cash concant, so it's no longer 20 million now, it's 25 million. So how are we gonna perceive it? Market value or fair value model is that we're gonna say that it is now no longer worth the 20 million, but rather the 25 million. So on our balance sheet, which we call the statement of financial position, we are gonna say 20 million, right, which is the cost, plus the fair value adjustment, which is 5 million, right? But this is just me touching base. You guys don't really have to clock it now that much, but I want to give you guys an idea of what to bambisa with. Is everyone following?
Yes.
Everyone's fine. So that's what you call fair value. So is everyone okay with fair value? Let me use another example. Those that invest and buy stocks, ne? Like for you guys example. Guys, we are on the JSE Stock Exchange, right? Which is the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Guys, I'm joking, but we're there, but we're not there, but we're there. Those that know, but if you don't know, you're not there, right? We are on the JSE Stock Exchange. Whenever you see the potential in Dripanomics tutorials, so you're like, here, I want to become a millionaire. So what do you do when you want to become a millionaire? You buy the shares when they are worth 100 rand a share. It's 100 rand. By the time you want to sell it and now it's worth 150 rand a share, that's what we call fair value. It increased in value, and that's the fair value and the current value that people perceive it to buy in real time, right? So you guys are okay with fair value? Fine. But remember, with fair value, it doesn't always mean that money is going to increase, right? There are times where you find out that no, you invested in Dripanomics, but you find out that the CEO does nyauve. Now the share is no longer 100 rand. Now it's 50 rand. You lost money. You understand? You're like, how? Pemitsango not cheater. Hey man, jiggy, the market's on the news. CEO, nyaupe boy, shares drop. Oh, sorry if you invested. It happens, right? So now the fair value of those shares will be what? 50 rand. So you made a loss. I'm cooking. Stay with me. But that's just what? That is just measurement. The other stuff will come to it later. Subsequent measurement, we're talking about depreciation and whatnot. We'll cook those later. Let us come to transactions. So here are 10 simple and relatable transactions for Dripanomics tutorials that affect the elements of financial statements, which are assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. So I need you guys to do what? To help me answer these. So Dripanomics receives 10,000 from students as tutoring fees, right? I already helped you guys here. Ne? I've given you the answers here. What is going to be affected? When we're dealing with what we call our accounting equation, who here knows the accounting equation? Who here knows the accounting equation? Thumbs up so if you know the accounting equation. Thumbs up. Not hands up. Thumbs up. Where do you find the thumbs ups, Manora? The thumbs ups, you can find it here. It's an emoji. It's an emoji. It's this one, ne? Good shot. So everyone knows accounting equation. But if you don't, let us cook it. What is accounting equation? Accounting equation is basically assets equals owner's equities plus liabilities. Whenever, guys, you are asked about accounting equation and your assets do not equals your owner's equities and liabilities, just know you are cooked. You are finished. Feel it. You are dead. You are in the wrong field. You understand me? Go do nursing. It's okay, my brother and sister. You are not cut out for this. If you ever see your assets are 1 million, but your owner's equities plus liabilities is 2 million, just know you're a fraud. Engineering, maybe engineering, maybe nursing, Mara, not here. Not here. Here, maybe law. Maybe, Mara here, wrong place. So always, in the test, mark my words and remember me when I say that if your accounting equation does not balance, you are not cut out for this. And it's okay to go back home like, yo, mama, I saw the robots and Joburg. Accounting, no, it's too much. It's okay. No one's gonna judge you. So write that down. Accounting equation must always what? Balance. Balance is real quick. Ne? If it doesn't balance, you're in the wrong field, my brothers and sisters. And you will see also that you are in the wrong field. You will see. If you're studying actuarial science in account and you're doing accounting one day and your thing is not balancing, it shows that you're not cut out for accounting. Do actuarial science. Do risk and whatnot. Right? But you have to get through accounting because accounting is life, guys. If you want money, it's only money that I want. You need to know how to deal with accounting. So always, accounting equation, assets equals owners equities plus liabilities. So in this context, what's happening? We're receiving 10,000 from students as tutoring fees. So what accounts are affected? Let us think. When you receive money, what is happening? We are receiving cash. Shanda pa So what's happening? Someone else, please. Assets increase. Siyabonga Teboho Skosana. Which type of asset is increasing, Teboho? Which one in particular? A bank. Tabo's even answering and specific. So madoda. Still nabantu ba smart. So we're gonna say what? We're gonna say plus, ne? We're gonna say plus 10,000, right? Bank, right? In like this equals, right? What else is affected when we're receiving income? Is it owners' equities, liabilities, or what? What's happening? What's happening? I hear some people might get cooked. Owners' equities, Abigail increase. Oh my gosh, you guys are smart. So my daughter. Hey, our owners' equities is gonna increase. Why? Because our assets, our income increases our owners' equity. Right? So what are we gonna say? So we're gonna say plus 10,000. And then in brackets, what are you gonna say? You're gonna say income, right? Right? Or revenue. You can just write, actually, don't say income, revenue. Right? We don't have sales here, it's revenue. Is it sales or revenue? I think it's revenue. Yeah. Right? And then we're gonna say what? Plus 0. Right? And of course, everyone here did math to some degree. So you can see here that plus 10,000 equals plus 10,000 plus 0 is equals to one another. Is everyone following me, guys? So can you guys see that our assets is equals to our owners' equities plus liabilities, because our assets are 10,000, equity 10,000, liability 0. So ziyahlangana is enough. When you do this like this, you know that you've made it as a what? As an accountant. You've arrived. You are now dealing with the big dogs. You want to bamba. Ne? Good. Is there someone with a question before I continue? Tell your friends to join, guys, in the group. I'm cooking here. People are gonna pass because of this lesson, and it's free of charge.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Question.
So why you said it's the revenue? Revenue is the same as sales. Isn't it supposed to be income, or that's how it's supposed to do it?
Income, right? Income is you generalizing things, because there's income, there's rent income, there's other services, there's sales. Revenue, guys, stems from the money you receive from the main activities you do to get money. So if you're a tutoring company, your revenue is gonna be what? It's gonna be tutoring sales. It's gonna be people paying monthly subscription. But
money received from what?
Wait, see what?
Money received for what?
Money received from the actual activity of whatever it is that you're doing. So let me give an example. If you're a tutoring company, your revenue is gonna be what? Money you get from subscribers or subscriptions that pay monthly basis for tutoring, right? If we have a YouTube channel and we make money off of it, we are called what? Monetizing. But that falls under other income because it's not from the main activity of actually tutoring. Do you understand? Like, it's a YouTube channel. Like, people subscribe and stuff and we monetize. There's ads there. The ads are not our main source of revenue. So we can't say it's revenue. It's gonna fall under other income. Are you following, Kiabetu?
Kind of, yes, sir.
For example, you are a car dealership, ne? You sell cars, ne? Your revenue comes from you selling cars. When you rob, when someone thinks that they've got a good deal at a dealership, they don't know. when you make someone buy a vehicle, ne, that's revenue. But when the person comes back for repairs of that car, they are paying you, but we can't account it as revenue. That's repairs and maintenance. That's other income because it's not the main source of the business. It's not the main source of the income. Do you understand? Nyapheka bafethu. Hate me, love me. When it comes to accounting, ni chef bafethu. Ne? So everyone's fine. So now we did what we call what? Accounting equation. Let us now define, ne? Define and apply an elements. So we already said that bank is affected and income is affected. But now I have a question for you. We are talking for Dripanomics behalf. If we receive 10,000 from students as tutoring fees, what element are we talking about here that we must define? What main element here is being talked about? Because we know there's bank and there's income. But what's the main one? Which element here do you think is being affected? Think carefully. The main one. These are the type of questions that make people clock out in class. Especially if you don't attend lectures. Whenever you think you're seeing something, the thing is something else. What element is being affected? Nancy here saying bank. Is there anyone else that would like to say something?
Service fee maybe.
Service fee? No, but we said it's revenue, so we can't say it's service fee. We said it's revenue. So the account affected here is revenue. We can't say it's service fee. Ne? Okay, but Kiabetu is saying revenue. Sandile saying equity. Akona saying both. Right? Okay, fine. Maybe this question is vague, but in this context, ne guys, in this context, when you see a transaction like this, the first thing you must think is that there's bank being affected, but income being affected. But what's primarily being affected here? Here, Dripanomics receives 10,000 from students as tutoring fees. So here, automatically think, what industry is the business? What industry is the business in? They're in the tutoring business, and they are receiving 10,000 from students as tutoring fees. So you should think, this is most probably income, right? And income falls under what? Equity. So what are you going to say when you're applying the definition? You're going to say the above mentioned element is income, right? Which is equity, right? First point. And then you define what equity is. What is the definition of equity? Someone bambisa me here. What is the definition of income? You see how I'm writing in this form? I am not stupid. I know what I'm doing. Write it like this in the test. When I write a paragraph. What is the definition of an income, guys?
Rem, should I say it?
Yes, more than welcome to help those. Yes.
Income is increases in assets or decreases.
Stay with me. The increase in assets, yes.
Or decreases in liability.
Or decreases in liability.
That results in increases in equity.
That results in an increase in equity.
Other than those related to contributions
relating to contributions
from holders of equity claim.
From contributions from, is it from or of? Either of holders.
From holders of equity claims, which is shareholders.
Equity claims of shareholders. Holders of shareholders. So you can just say this. So what is meant by this? An income, guys, is an increase in assets or a decrease in liabilities that result in an increase in equity other than those relating to contributions of shareholders. So we've already said that it's income. So what are we going to do? We're going to say the above mentioned is income, right? Okay, wait. Mention. How do you spell mention now? My bad. Oh, mention. Mention. The above mentioned, what is it? Element, right? Element is income because there is an increase in our bank, right? Because money is coming in our bank account, which is an asset, right? Can you see English, Bazalwane, English? Stay with me here. Stay with me. Can you see how the definition says the increase in assets or liability? or decrease in liability. What does the word or suggest? When we say something is this or that, what are we suggesting in the or? English, Bazalwan. Zulu. Hey, no, Ash, I'm losing my head now. I'm getting too excited. Oh, in Zulu. Nyajabula manch. I don't know that one. No, I don't know that one. It means that there are alternatives. Yes. So when we say oh, it's either this or that. But for it to meet the requirement, it doesn't have to be both. You understand? It can't be both. An income can't be an increase in assets and a decrease in liabilities. You are lying. You are not doing accounting. Nursing, good shot. Engineering, good shot. We need engineers, guys. Who's gonna build our property? Who's gonna design the structure? We need doctors. We need to be saved. People drink here. Their livers need to be saved by dogotelas. Their livers are black. Umuntu is 17 years of age. Their taste buds already know black label. You understand? So we need doctors. We need them. It's important. Right? Good. So let's go again. The above mentioned element is income because there is an increase in our bank, right, which is assets. That results in an increase, right, in revenue, right, which increases our equity, right? Equity as the entity, right? Entity will have more money to use to spend. I don't know, here you can invest and make other arrangements, right? The point here is to suggest that, bro, there's an increase in equity. We have more. When they say that, hey, my equity increased, my net worth increased, they are talking about this. Imali yam yaguga. Yeah, wayazi mara ne, like you get it. Yeah, hola man. Lan kushisha. I wanna ereka kushishada. Whatever we like kushisha. So the aim is to make sure that there's an increase. We have 15 minutes. You know, when you watch Netflix for that long and then they ask, are you still watching? Of course you are watching. Are you not entertained? Come on, guys. But yes, you guys get my point. Thumbs ups. Is everyone enjoying this? And then there's a person who joins now. But that's fine. Game. That's how we learn the game. Ne? Fine. Hi Tato Hati. I hope that you are well. Whatever you've missed, it's fine. It's gonna be uploaded on YouTube. Ne? YouTube. When I just like, comment, and subscribe. Don't panic. Sisonke. We are together. Ne? And then when they say other than those relating to contributions, what are they referring to? This is income as there was no direct contribution by a shareholder, but rather a customer paying, right? Therefore, we can conclude that the above mentioned is an asset. Is income. Apologies. This question alone, guys, this is just me doing it top of my head. Ne? On WhatsApp, I'll share with you guys the slides of how they actually want you guys to do it word for word. But it's not that serious as long as you have the information that is important. So this part, very crucial. This definition alone, ne? You're gonna get 1 mark for saying income, 2 mark for saying this, 3rd mark is gonna be here, 4 mark here. So already here we can be dealing with 4 or 5 marks, just the definition part. Here, the above mentioned is an income because there's an increase in this. This is 1 mark, which is gonna result in an increase in equity, 1 mark, which will make the business have more money to spend. What? 3rd mark. So it's 5 plus 3, which is what? 8. Ne? The income has no direct 1 mark, and then therefore we can conclude that this is an income, 10 marks. A question like this can easily be 10 marks, guys, in your first semester test. Ne? Sorry, can I have the name of the YouTube channel? Mr. Zikote, please. Did you not say that it's revenue rather? I did say it's revenue. I think I corrected myself. It's revenue. You're cooking. Eish. You're cooking. Who said that actually? You're cooking, madam. It's revenue. You see people that are awake. I love them. You're cookie. You're cookie. No, but the element, man. Bafana. Whoa, you are burning. You are burning. You are burning. Guys, there's only 5 elements. Remember. Ne? Remember. Let's take it back to the beach where we are young and free. Ne? This is how it should be. We have 5 elements: income, expense, asset, liability, equity. Whenever we say accounts, that's where we deal with the T accounts and the accounting equation. Are you getting me, Akon? It's not the same thing. Whenever we have 5 elements, exactly. Why did you say revenue at first? Revenue is the account, guys. Eish, listen. What we are doing is 2 different things. Accounting equation, we have what we call accounts. Ne? Elements are 5, but within these 5 elements, we have different accounts. For example, an asset is an element, but under assets, we have vehicles, we have land and property, we have investment property, we have bank, we have receivables. Are you guys getting the point I'm making? Although it's an asset, it's an element. Within those elements, there are different types of accounts. Ne? So example, liability. Ne? It's an element. Ne? But within liability, we have what we call trade payables. We have what we call loans that need to be paid, and so forth. Those are what we call accounts. But within those, all of the accounts, it's an element is liability. Liability is the umbrella that caters for all of them. Do you understand? There's a question here by Ingaga. Inga. Kelani. Oh. Where your body is. You're so confident. Yes, ma'am. Question? Kelani. Is it Kelani? Keleni. I like how your body is. No? Question? Mistake, ne? I think she understands what I'm saying. But Mohale says it makes sense. But I'm asking Akona, is it making sense? Akona, talk to me. Yes, fine. So everyone is fine, ne? We can continue. So this question, guys, as I said, would be around 10 marks or so. So it's important to also look at your learner guide when it comes out. Do the tutorial activities. We're most probably going to do them together going forward. But look at them and see how they also do it according to their measurings and standards. And then you come to me. Ne? So that's transaction number 1. Imagine. Ne? We still have 9 more to go. So where are we now? Number 2. Dripanomics pays 2,000 for rent of an office space. So let's first start with accounting equation. Assets equals owner's equity plus liability. What is now happening here? What account? Yo, load shedding. Yo, is it load shedding? Hey, banna. Can you guys hear me? Hey, banna. How? Cyril, guys, me is pitch black. Can you guys hear me? Clean. Hey, pitch black somnyama. I thought I was so blacky. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can you list those 5 elements? There are 5. Can someone type them in the chat box quickly? Ne? 5 elements. Tebo. Is it Tebo? Tabo. 5 elements. Someone's gonna type them quickly for you. Ne? We have 5 of them. Very important. So here, guys, what? Let's think. Okay, but it's already here. It's shown here. So you see, I'm a nice guy. I'm making things easier for you. You can tell here that assets are affected and expenses are affected. What is that? The elements. But the accounts that are affected, you can see here it's bank and rent expense. So what's happening to our bank, guys? What's happening to our assets? Someone unmute their mics.
Assets decreases.
So we're gonna say minus what? Minus 2,000, eh?
Yes, sir.
Minus 2,000 bank, and then is equals to what? I think. Don't worry, we are here.
Also, equity decreases.
Yes. Minus 2,000, and then what account is affected? It's right there. Molefe, don't worry. It's right there. I'm looking at it. It's there.
Which account? I think income decreases.
No. There's no income here, my brother. My sister here. There's no income. Look here. Look at the effect part. It says expenses, and then in bracket it says what?
Oh, rent expenses.
Exactly, right? So it's gonna be rent expense, right? And then our liabilities are what?
Is 0.
0. Good. So you can see here that our assets are decreasing because money is coming out of our bank account, and our equity is decreasing because why? Expenses decrease our equity. Is everyone following? Just say yes, everyone, because I can't see the screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So now we come to the
Yes.
definition part. Ne? So, what is the definition of expense now? What is the definition? I'm waiting.
Let me cook. Expenses are decreases in assets.
It's gonna be the decreases in assets, ne? So it's gonna say the
Yes.
decrease in assets or
Increase in liabilities.
increase in liability, right? That result
And decreases in equity.
decrease in equity, and then other than
Other than those related to distributions to holders of equity claims.
good. So there's no need for me to tap out the whole thing. The whole thing. Ne? You guys are okay. Ne? Samkelo, can you please tell Mshalo that I'm hosting a lesson, ne? So I can't pick up her call.
Okay, sharp.
Thank you so much, my brother. Right? So we continue. Is everyone fine with the definition of expense? As you guys can see, the income and expense, ne? The definitions are opposite. Opposite. We want the whole someone wants the whole thing. Must I tap out the whole thing of other than those relating to contribution of shareholders, or you guys get it? You get it?
Yes, type it.
You get it, ne? Or you want the whole thing?
Type it.
Type it.
Type it.
They want the whole thing. Sharp. Other than those, but it's the same thing, guys. So let me just copy and paste. Other than those, right? Relating to contribution of equity holder claims like this, ne? Ibana. Like this. Right? It's gonna be like this. Like this, right? This is the definition. The application, right? Yeah? You're saying what, Samkel? The above mentioned, right?
Esifubeni njengobumini kanje.
Yeah? Yeah. Are you
Away.
oh, Samkelo.
Snake park esifubeni sendoda.
Yeah? Samkelo. Samkelo akakhulumi nami. Bathini? What do you mean is it not distributed? Yeah?
And it's not just for that.
Hey,
So
Samkelo. Who's
Yeah.
this, guys? Is it Abigail Samkelo? I'm scared now. Hey, Mama, you're scaring us. Samkelo, please breathe. Oh, let me mute him fast. Oh, banga. Oh, Papa Zompaka. Oh, mute. Mute kanjani? Mute. Oh, banga. Sure. Lekhokhonolo. Oh, banga. Lekhokhonolo isn't distribution. Let me see what I said here. Lekhokhonolo. Other than those relating to contributions. Is it distributions? It could be. No, but it also could be distributions, because distributions would be dividends, but contributions would be capital contribution. What is the actual definition on the textbook? Is it contribution or distribution? Wait. Is it contribution or distribution, guys? Which one is it? Confirm for me. Someone just confirm. They forgot. Baled. Distribution. Okay. We'll get back to that, but that's just the technicality, ne? We'll get back to that. The above mentioned, ne, is what? Is an expense, right? As rent, is it rent expense? As rent expense decreases our bank account, which is asset, right? Right? That results in a decrease in equity as we have less money now as an entity, right? and then other than those relating to the thing, right? And then you can just say this expense has no direct contribution or distribution by a shareholder, but rather us paying rent expenses. Therefore, we can conclude that the above mentioned element is is a expense. Is everyone following me? How many minutes do we have left? We have 2 minutes, ne? So what I want us to do, guys, ne? I'm not sure if you guys want us to continue. Must we continue? Just give me a thumbs up if you'd like to continue. There's Nancy here with a question. Nancy, is that you saying you want to continue? Fine. Can you guys see how there are 47 people here? Please, guys, please don't play with me and say we must continue and then only 30 people come, ne? So please, what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna end this call here, and then I'm gonna create a new link. Then I'll share it with you guys to join again. 50 people must join. I don't want no jokes. Mokhale here says, I don't understand the part where you say elements have no direct. Please explain. Okay, I'll explain in the next video, Mokhale. So please do come back, ne? Tadiwa, I'll also come back to your question where you want me to repeat the last statement I said. YouTube, you will find our thing here, ne? Dripanomics tutorials, ne? Just go on YouTube and subscribe, Soma. You will find our content there. We will be there. As you can see, it's 2 minutes past 9, ne? Go drink water, and then there's Karabo. Umthandazele lo. There's Karabo who's joining now. But there's 2 minutes past 9, ne? We will be back at 5 past or so. I'm creating a new link. Kelani, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name. The answers will be shared in the next thing. Don't worry. We are still continuing. Come back. I want you back. Ne? So yeah, you guys can leave and then I'll send the new link just now, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.